We could do this. This is very much just a make it nutty, get nutty kind of run. We into it? I think we're into it. Let's do it. Set. Just joined. Why is Hivemind good? So Hivemind makes every single one of your friendly units count as every unit class type, which means that anything that benefits from or benefits imps will be available at all times, or everything is counted as morsels. So when you have Shroud Mitosis, which creates 3 copies of a morsel unit, you can just quadruplicate actually, because it's 3 extra copies of any unit on the field, which is what we did last run. It's maximum nut. Okay. Thank you, Star Wars fans. I was actually about to go for that. But yes, that is the challenge code. Right there in chat, Stone Yukon Seconds. You can also see it up here in the top right of the screen. We already start with important work and an entombed explosive. So important work, sacrifice imp. This counts as an imp. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? Units cost -2. So all of my imps are free. Or +4 stacks of armor each time it's applied to friendly units. I like +4 stacks of armor each time it's applied to friendly units. It's really powerful. It's like, especially if you get it super early, you can then get a, not rail beater, armor beater, panel beater, what's his name? I always forget his name. He just generates 5 armor on resolve. He's just a lovely friend. But demon friend? Oh, we will end up with a demon friend. That's not rail beater. No, rail beater is the strike him to the back of the line. Steel worker, there we go. Impact Joe, thank you. Impact Font Joe. I'm gonna go for the Forever Flame here. Okay. I mean, Slay for +10 is it, right? Just is. Friendly units. That count the champion? Can I important work my champion? Think so, yes. Okay. Friendly units, sorry, enemy units enter with armor 10. Yeah, let's do it. I just want a unit draft. It did for the Penumbra? Perfect. But why would you do that? I don't know. But I might end up using a morsel miner on it. Like, not morsel miner in this specific run, but it's... There are some edge cases where it might be important. Yep. That's them. That's the googly eyes. Alright, I'm gonna set up a Slay on this floor so I can start growing the Hornbreaker Prince. Oh, I love this. Okay, Entombed Explosive, important work it to kill that, and then I another Hornbreaker. We're really getting the stats on that Hornbreaker. I'm loving it. All right, I'm gonna send you up as well because it doesn't matter. And then, actually, if that doesn't matter as well, I can get the first train steward in front. All right. I mean, like, we're extremely done already, right? Stick a fork in us, we're done. Fight's over. Come up here. Works perfectly. Extinguished abilities trigger an additional time. So we're just gonna use Entombed Explosives to deal 100 damage to the front enemy unit. Nice. Welder Helper got upgraded. Applies armor 20 to the front friendly unit. Ritual of Battle got made better as well. I thought Ritual of Battle was really good. Was I just wrong? I only have 156 stacks of regen. Any tips? That's a pretty rough position to be in Duke Event. I don't know. I don't think you can bail out that run past that point. 150 seconds. It's just not enough. How are you going to live against the heat death of the universe? So you're going to keep playing this on your channel? Yes. Yes. Very yes. Extremely yes. People didn't take the ritual, so they made it more enticing. Fair. I'm permanently enticed by the ritual, but it's fair enough. Welder Helper? Hornbreak? I can take pretty much any of these happily. I'm gonna take the Welder Helper here. Reform my minions? Well, the Demon Friend is already playable. So... it's gotta be the Demon Friend. We can't not. The googliest Demon Friend. Alright, multi. Endless, battle, strength. Don't really care about those. Well, there's the Steelworker. Steelworker's real good. Endless Tomb. Yeah, that's only one spot in order to do 100 damage in the front line every turn. One capacity that I have to use. Maximum nut. Alright, we'll go maximum nut. Let's give you an endless. Works great with important work. If we can give important work the holdover as well, so that we can do that every turn. Extreme Pog? Maybe? Maybe that's very Pog. Let's give the Steelworker a little bit more stats as well. I think I'm gonna put the Steelworker in front of the champion. I'm fine with that. I had a run earlier where I got endless on the stealth tomb. It was great fun. That does sound like a really good time. That sounds like the new, especially because like the stealth tomb used to be provide one stealth, but now it provides two. So that sounds like the new holdover into engulfed in smoke. To give endless to the tomb that gives you two. Like it's the same pretty much. Love it. Okay. So we should set up on the top floor. I'm also going to use the torch to kill my own draft there. And you know what? I'm going to send you up so these come up slower. Nice. Let's go Entombed Explosive. Important work for the double kill. Pop a Dragon Front, basically just for the HP. Entombed Explosive again. Sure, go for it. The googly eyes are really good. I never ended up, like, the googly eyes are really good, especially with the train steward, because I just didn't know where their eyes were. And now I understand that their eyes appear to be the top of the cage that is their head. Just gives me a little bit more perspective on some of these characters, you know? They're almost reasonably sized on the Alpha Friend. Alright, we need to get an Alpha Friend. I mean, they also kind of look pretty reasonable on the Steelworker, to be honest. Like, I can see a little bit of the eye under the Hornbreaker Prince, but obviously, you know, if you're doing the same template of eyes, it's not going to perfectly fit all of them, right? But the Steelworker in particular, ooh. There we go. That'll do. That will extremely do. Do characters with multiple sets of eyes get multiple sets of googly eyes? We'll have to find out. Wait, is this anything for us? Why am I celebrating? It's nothing for us. Another welder helper? I mean, all of my minions are imps. Why do I care to get a welder helper in particular? Well, because we're likely to get things that synergize not only with imps, but also with summons. And plus 20 armor, plus 40 armor, as the case may be with double summon. It's pretty big. Alright. Good, I was stressing out over how much danger you were in. Exactly the feeling I had as well. I'm glad to hear that it worked out well, though. I mean, with another double effect, maybe we go for another into explosive. Cost 3 less per other minion in play. It's a good one. Seems it at least. Make them larger? But the thing is, I'm never going to have any ability to put them down, right? Past that point, if I make them larger. Because I need to put 2 minions on the same floor. I think I'm going capacity as my first gem. I think that's pretty clear. I can make the Steelworker tankier. Worth noting, since Consumer is an imp, he cost discount sees himself. So wait, you're saying that if I put the Consumer of Crowns into play, it will only cost me 5 energy to do so? So wait, so the cost isn't assigned on cast, it's assigned on... Amphi, you're gonna have to explain to me how that one's working. The sender unit and floor space becomes irrelevant, Dripfall. Well, actually, we also have 2 ascends in the deck already, so yeah, space is irrelevant a little bit. But space is not irrelevant in terms of I need to play the Consumer of Crowns with 3 capacity left on that floor. Cost is taken on resolution. So if you pay 2 to cast the Consumer, he sees 3 imps and says, nah, I'm good, and charges 0. Huh. That's really good information to have, Amphi. Thank you. Because that means this is a 5 cost, right? It says 8, but it'll be 5. Wait, hang on. But can I play it from my hand if it's shown cost is large? No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's an energy saving device, but I have to have the energy initially in order to do it. Okay. I see. Maybe it's like in the SES beta where you had to spam cast a broken card to force it to work. You could do that right up until 3 months ago. 4? When was the normality change? Why do you need 2 on the same floor? Does the discount only apply to the floor you put him on? Yes. Unless I'm entirely wrong, this only counts the imps in play on the floor that you summon the Consumer of Crowns on. I'm almost entirely certain of that. Isn't it one of the few cards that looks at the entire field rather than just the floor it's played on? It sees all floors? Never mind, I was wrong. I was almost certain of a thing, and I was wrong about it. That happens. Thank you for the correction. Well, that makes the Consumer Crowns way easier to play. We give the plus stats there. Do I pop a Wickless Tycoon in this build just for some money? Anyone mind if I Wickless? So there any means of duping Imp Daddy? Yes. Why do I see a 7 Consumer Crowns floor in the future? Because it's gonna happen. Was this about spam casting normality in SES? Was this a crazy bug I somehow missed? Yeah, if you had Blue Candle and normality in hand, but you'd already played 3 cards, you had the ability to just spam cast normality, like try and cast it. You know how you drag it up to the middle of the screen and then if you can't cast it, it just goes back into your hand? If you kept trying to do that, eventually the normality would just get played. And then you would have your whole hand free again. It's been fixed since though. Alright, now I think I'm just gonna double buff the Wickless here. Make it a non-garbage unit. Need multi-strike on the Consumer, I'd love it. But what I actually really want is I want small Behemoth on the Consumer. Do we mega upgrade the Consumer of Crowns? Because one of the, two of the unit upgrades, I think, make it 0 cost. It's not like we're struggling at the moment. We got a demon friend and the three entombed explosives and the stuff in the deck. Yep. We're doing it. We're doing it. I want the Steward Relic so bad with this. I would love the Steward Relic. I would love Grdode. I mean, we're going to get so many relics over the course of this that... What happened? Okay. I'm just going to eat the train steward right there. I mean, I could start getting wickless tycoons off on the bottom floor. Use the wickless as my defense for the Hornbreaker. Why would I not do that? It's a good question to ask myself. Why would I not do that? Because I want to set up on top floors? Do I? Not necessarily. Because I want my Hornbreaker behind the armor generator, the rail beater, the armor beater. Forgot his name already. Armor Maker. Armor 2. Steelworker, there we go. So maybe the play is Wickless Tycoon on this floor, then the Hornbreaker here. Because the Steelworker then goes in the front line, and then we ascend the Hornbreaker after that. Okay. Okay. There's the demon friend. First things first. I mean, we can blow that up ourselves, or we don't have to blow it up ourselves. Either way, it's fine. But if we blow it up ourselves, we have the ability to use the World Helper. And that's important. The thing is, I don't think anyone's getting to the top floor at this point. The Heaven's Finest are Revenge, +1 attack on all friendly units. Yeah, just that. And then there's the other one that's Endless, +10 attack and 0 cost. Useful. And Extinguish, deal 50 on the front enemy unit. Also useful. That's useful in particular right now because Wax's Snuffer makes that 100. Most of those are mediocre. Maybe. But a 0 cost, like a 1 in 3 shot at a 0 cost consumer of crowns that I can then start duping, and every one of them will be reliably 0 cost. Well, I mean, that's pretty good. That comes back into play as like, okay. Alright, boss. So I have an infinite. Well done, Kuma. Unless it spoils the thing for me, how's your infinite going? Like, how'd you get that together? What's doing? I'm gonna ascend that just so that I have another kill with the Hornbreaker as well. I think they may need to buff that event. It seems the outcomes from that event might, to me at least, appear to be highly polarized. Like, there are very good things, like, for example, make a card cost 0, spells. Make the spell cost 0 every time you play it, put a copy of it into your discard pile, which can be so ridiculous. And then there's ones like, you know, hold this in your hand at the end of the turn in order to get 5. The reserve, gain 5 pyre health, which is it's also one of the results that you can get from it, I think is a very generous way to approach that. Although, yes, you can give the card Permafrost and you can get 5 every single turn. It's still, I think, far less impactful. I have been starting to value gaining health more commonly recently, though. So maybe I haven't really accounted for that yet. Get him. Got him. Spell upgrades seem overall much better than unit upgrades, except the Revenge triggered ability. And even then, you know, it really depends on your deck as to whether or not that revenge triggered ability means anything at all to you. Alright. +5 whenever a friendly unit with burnout dies to damage. No. Hey, that's the one on time. If this unit loses health, it dies. It's still 5 cost. I think someone was talking about this earlier. Just give the Pyre regen? Yeah, I mean, that's effectively what it is. Wait, is this challenge? Yeah. You can use the challenge code up here in order to play it. It was 6, but people complain too much. So it's not that. It's that if you're going to apply like fragile to it, if the unit loses health, it dies. I can see this costing less. Because this is still something that I have to invest like a cost removal and maybe another cost removal into. I think I take none of these. I'm actually not super keen on any. Hard pass here too, thank you. Alright. So energy is taken care of forever. Flame. So it was capacity I said, right? Yeah, it's capacity. Well, there's our first duplication option, but we no longer have the Consumer of Crowns in hand, so let's go for an artifact. So the volatile gauge, the change that was in the public beta branch was that it randomizes between 0 and 4, and now it randomizes between 1 and 3 instead. Is that the case? So it can't hit 0? Man, I like that change. I like that change a lot. Instead of being 0 to 4, it being 1 to 3 narrows the gap, but it does mean that the enhancements you place on cards still matter a lot. Okay. I think the volatile gauge is in a pretty good position again. I didn't think it was bad before, necessarily at all. It's still very, very good. It's just I think this is more reliably. Because you've hemmed in both of the edge cases, so it's more consistent. And I think a lot of people will avoid things like the volatile gauge because of the perceived lack of consistency. Let's take the resonant shot. All right. Well, I mean, if we just took a resonant shard, does it go to 4? I saw it stopped at 3. I think in the public beta branch that was just happening before this, it was 0 to 4. Like, it was extended 0 to 4. But then I think the official release of it, the one that I'm currently playing, has it 1 to 3. I mean, it's Deranged Brute, right? But where are we even gonna play it? We have so many units now. Who even needs it? Does anyone? Do we pass it? Deranged Brute got buffed as well. That's wild to me. It's so good. But I guess people were underpicking it. I can't imagine why it's so good. Is there a modifier that changes the 7-unit cap on floor? I think there was. I think I saw that. I'm not entirely certain. I'm gonna pass here, actually. I think I want to focus on the units I already have, rather than get more. We also have no rage. Well, not yet. One thing I really enjoy, actually, as well, with the official release of the game, was that they added the special shop Merchant of Steel modifiers for each of the clans. And in particular, that's really cool because you can get a Deranged Brute and then you can give it 7 rage by base. And that 7 rage by base on a Deranged Brute is so much damage. Like, it used to be 21 and now it's 28. Right? Hang on. 2 by base, additional 2. So it used to be 28 and now it's 35 extra damage. on top of the base 10. There's a mutator that lets you start with Dante? Yep. So there is. Alright. The multi-strike probably matters way more to us right now, right? Now that's a lot of damage. No coffee left. There's still water. Yes, please. I'd like another artifact. Thank you. Okay. 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 I made a mistake. I made a mistake literally instantly. Sequencing problem. We've got this though. No, wrong run. Wrong run? Correct run. How do I launch back into the challenge? That's not the right run. There we go. Challenge, community challenge. Wait. Wait. I get to continue, right? Yeah, continue. There we go. Whew. That's fine. We're fine. I knew that you could get back into that, otherwise I wouldn't have done it. It's just I forgot how. I almost made the same mistake again. It's Hornbreaker Prince first, then the Welder Helper, then the Steelworker in the front line. It's essential that we do it in that order so that we can get the extra armor on the Hornbreaker Prince so that it doesn't go down while it's trying to do all its multi-strikes. And then we have the Steelworker in the front line generating some value. We're okay. I was sweating for a second there. You and me both. It might have been removed. I don't know. All right. Because we're doing so many kills on this bottom floor, now I'm also going to get the Wickless Tycoon down here. Okay. I'm gonna just passage you up for a little less damage, as well as making sure that it dies. We have so many trash minions in this deck. Like, a really unfortunate amount of them. I kind of want there to be a way to replace your champion with Dante now, since they already have ways to remove your champion and start with Dante. Wait. They have ways to remove your champion? Is that all? That's one of the modifiers, right? The mutators? I have not yet seen that one. Yeah, that's a mutator? Okay, cool. Does it give it... Does it do that to give you a specific benefit? Or is it like... Best of luck. Best of luck with the base deck. Enjoy. Alright, I'm gonna use that and I'm gonna pull back the Entombed Explosive immediately. There we go. One nixes it completely, the other lets you get a random one from a Null Alley clan. Okay, cool. Okay, I solved it. We destroy you, then we get back a Welder Helper. And pop that down. Go away. And +3 magic power. My health gains 40. Sure. Rage Serum. Impish Scholar. Notch of Shields. I mean, what does the Impish Scholar even bring back? Nick's not a niche. Nil? Zip Zilch? Pass that. Summon 2 draft units. +1 for every friendly unit size this battle. Pass that too. Alright, what do we get from this? Heaven's Aid. I'm gonna just take it back now so I can start duping it. Heaven's Aid is literally the worst one. Literally? No. No, actually the Revenge for +1 probably would have been worse for us. So we don't really have any upgrade slots on minions we still want to play at all, so we'll go over here. Cool. It's cool. It works. Okay. What do we do now? Do we care about reducing the cost of anything? We can cast everything. It's fine. Reroll. It's good. Let's also make one of these consume. Thank you. The time has come to ascend our mortal forms. Run over. Think you just win now? Yep. Yeah, I think so. I think that's just how it goes. Alright. Okay, I'm super down with this. I can't torch my own entombed explosives anymore though. It's a huge downside. I can't believe it. You know, it's unplayable now. I destroyed my deck. I lost. Alright. Well, there's a consumer of crowns. It costs 0. Pop you on the top floor. Let's do that kill here. Oh, you're winning, son? I couldn't be winning more. Do I pronounce your name Gugavent? Like Gugavent? Or like is it Gugavent or something? For some reason I'm just having difficulty like immediately reading it as a thing. Oh, the burnout there worked really well. So what did the consumer come back with? The consumer came back with Heaven's Aid, unfortunately. Yeah, so it's just treatment damage on death. It's pretty unfortunate. Okay, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna double trash you and then I'm gonna send you up to the next floor, which was what I was planning to do the whole time because I definitely didn't forget that you come into the battle with 2 divine shields, damage shields. Then important work to destroy you, set up another welder helper, we're going off. Another welder helper? No, I'll take a entombed explosive with burnout 1, so it'll die at the start of this turn. They were all Heaven's Aid? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it came back with the explosive. Pyre gains 15 damage. 3 health. So do we want a Pyre Jumper that on summon gives us 4 extra Ember as well as has 2 damage shield and a multi-strike and is a 6x2 with 9? This is like a very buff imp. But we still don't need it at all, even slightly. God, the drafts that get summoned from that would even be ridiculous, right? But again, we don't need, like, that's... It's not as nutty as the stuff we're already doing. We could still upgrade the Demon Friend. Greed, not need. Exactly. I want to go over here because I want to see the Concealed Caverns, see if I can see any unique upgrades from there. In particular, if I could make the Consumer of Crowns 1 size or copy anything 5 times. 2 really good things to do there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Lorge? Do we want the Demon Friend just to get Lorge? L-O-R-G-E. Okay. We'll have a Lorge Friend, I think. And then 25 health. I mean, that's just a steelworker. Steelworker just needs some more HP. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, concealed cabins, what do you got? We don't generate energy, do we? It's very late for petty theft. I think we go Heaven's Gold. Or maybe just Gift of Gratitude and try and pump it out for a 3. Get 120 from it. Okay, 120 instantly could be useful. Get us another relic later, artifact later, sorry. Alright. Then cut 2 train stewards, largely because, you know, I can't play them because they have capacity concerns with the rest of my field. This is the armor fell. Also, I am delighted to tell you at this point that I have gotten permission to continue streaming until the end of this run. Let's go. It's why I haven't been, like, keeping up the pace ridiculously, because we have it. You got the permission. Much appreciated as well. Alright, maybe a wickless tycoon on this floor. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Tycoon, Hornbreaker, and then we draw the armor next turn, I think. Let's get a large friend out there, and also a large friend up there. I do enjoy how much you and Good Shepherd seem to get along. So do I. Steelworker. Okay, if I put the Steelworker there, I can also hidden passage you up so that I can get the Hornbreaker to get a kill. Then pop an Entombed Explosive down here. I'm just gonna pop 2 Dregs up on the top floor just to get them to die to their burnout. Alright. More Entombed Explosives. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with another Ascend on you because I still want to try and get the Hornbreaker Prince to actually grow. Although I really, like, I don't think that anyone's getting to the... I don't think anyone's getting to the 2nd floor. I think the Demon Friend is actually just gonna bop the heck out of the Felder. Alright. Let's double welder help at the top line, I guess. No reason not to. We might go capacity again, to be entirely honest with you. Nothing else seems necessary for us. I've already pet off bed for an hour. It's a few more minutes. That's a spirit, Moose Campbell. Unless, of course, you have important things to do tomorrow, in which case, please don't let me impose. Let's go for another Ascend on that, actually, because then we can get another kill with the Hornbreaker Prince. Also, it's, you know, just the Wickless Tycoons going off with this as well. Alright. Lots of big boys. Yeah, that's a Rito big right there. Now vacation, baby. Hey, glad to hear it. Alright. Send him. What is Sendem from? Can anyone inform me what Sendem is from? Because, like, I just started hearing people say it, just started, 5 months ago, but I don't know any context for it. Is it... I mean, I say people, I heard NL saying it mostly. Is it an NLism, or do people say send it? Is it a sports term? It could be a sports term. That would well and truly explain why I don't know it. Like to hit something hard, like to send it, like a home run, like send it, you know? Is that? I say it from Northern Line. Okay, all right. if it's just NL, then good lord. Okay, more energy, just in case. So, heard it from NL, but he's a sports guy. That is true. Thought it was basketball. Ooh. Maybe. I don't typically think of, like, shots or passes in basketball as sending, but maybe. Analysms are synonymous with sport terms. That's true. That did seem to happen at some point over the last couple of years. Like the NLSS kind of started to drift more sports with Alpaca especially, or Rob. I could legitimately have like a whole stream where I spend like 5 hours just talking about the history of the NLSS, but that's a different day. God, just love that. It's got to be Dan Giesling. I mean, yeah, Dan's into sports as well. Impelate would be murder. Yeah, but Transcend Imp has the possibility of going nutty. This, while it's like, it's very powerful right now, it's also kind of boring a little bit. Just, I mean, it says do 200 damage to the front line from one. This one could say anything. We don't know what it says yet. Dan and LL remind me of youth sport coaches in the best way possible. Extremely. Very large energy of each of that about them. Of that about each of them, rather. Just get on the NLSS like Sinvicta. I would love to do that. I would also die. It's like I've religiously not recently though, because I'm working in my own time as well. But I religiously watched the NLSS for years. Like back when they used to stream it both onto YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and back when they were doing like individual specific segments like the quizzes for Josh and Nick. Like I was watching way back when. The Dark Souls Invasion days. Said that too. I think someone I know is maybe going to work with Sinvicta at some point. There are, I'm just saying, the community may intermingle at some point. But at the same rate, like I don't want to appear just to be like a very big fan of NL who's like, hey, I also work in this field. Can I please be on your show? Because no, it's superimposing. Anyway, let's go for Possum. Also, like, there's a secondary factor of my heart would goddamn explode. Like, I get anxious from normal things. I get anxious from things that shouldn't make anyone anxious. But, I mean, Sinvicta works with someone who's worked with Rita. It's true. I mean, I've also worked with Arvak, who's worked with Arumba, who's worked with NL. Or, I think Arvak, has Arvak worked with NL at one point? Also, I've worked with Wonderbots, who's also been on the NLSS at one point. Yeah. There's a little bit of cross-mingling. Rage doesn't K on friendly units and they all enter with +3 Rage. And also Rage gives them additional +1. Like, it's not as nutty as it could get, but that's pretty good. And especially if I end up with a Fledgling Imp, that gets really good. We're not healing any of our units ever, are we? No. So we go Petrified Heart. Wholesome verse X LSS. There was actually there was a comment I mentioned it a while ago, but in a video that's not released yet, that someone was saying, hey, it seems like the Wholesomeverse Live has really taken a lot of inspiration from the NLSS. In particular, saying that they think that's like a really good thing, and I was like, yeah, yep, it's true. Huge amount of inspiration from that. Very, very inspired. Let's go for the plus damage then. Start the battle, enemy and superior on each floor. Love it. Honestly, I just want the 400 gold. I don't care if it costs me HP. Sub, do you offer Wonderbots passing the monster train torch? Much appreciated. Alright. I mean, we just set up on the top floor, right? 1, 2, 3. Got him. Do I want to drag the first line? Oh, Impact Joe, are you going biology or are you going computer science for programming and engineering? I'm gonna take the drag and I'm gonna send you up as well. Yeah, send him so that I can actually get the drag to die. Oh man, if you'd take a number, you could have shrouded Mitosis as the consumer of crowns. That's true. That's true. There's always going to be some pretty good combinations that I could have done that I didn't do. Send him! Big boy floor. It's thick boy summer. Let's go. Okay. I'm afraid that they are big with 2 G's and the first one's capitalized. Dreg doesn't let you slay? It didn't let me slay. That is totally... Wait, did it? Hang on, I've got 95 base. And my base at the moment is... Yeah, no, I got a slay off. I got a slay off. Actually, it was him talking about teaching English as well as internet broadcasting, aka streaming. Oh, okay, so are you going into, like, English educational skills? Get him. Or in particular, looking to go by way of that into something like streaming. Okay, let's pass that. Great, and then we could use another one. Is the big with 2 G's from something? The way you say it makes it sound like it is, but I can't figure out what. It's... I'll pull back the curtain. It's from me. See, it's from me. Rito has B-I-G-G. Sorry, B-E-E-G. Big. And I've got B-I-double-G, but the first one's capitalized. And the second is lowercase, of course. Then I'm going to important work you and transcend him for all of the armor. Yes. And also double send you so that I can actually get the Hornbreaker up a little. It's just like, sometimes you need a way to talk about the way that you can get things in games like this to be pretty nutty. And oftentimes you are talking about big numbers. So I think both of us just found a way, like after talking about it enough times in enough different roguelikes, found a way to like uniquely refer to it. Right now I'm hoping to transfer into mass communication skills, but I'd love to do some kind of work, I'd love to do work in some kind in any field like it. Of some kind in any field. Right, got it. Thanks for asking. Hey, no problem. I'm not the only person in a stream. Otherwise it'd be a YouTube video. We got it! Summon ability trigger an additional time. Okay, Transcend Imp can now get nutty. And we can use the Imp in a box in order to get some extra imps so that we can use it. So that we still get extra value out of it. I love it. We could even reform them. No, we have them molded in the deck. We don't need random reform. That'll hit 2 dregs and I don't want it. God, this run is bulletproof. Like 50 caliber traces bounce off it like a Super Ball. 100%. Resin removal. I only usually really take resin removal this late if I'm about to go, like, I'll take it early so that I can invalidate trials and stuff like that, but I only usually take it this late if I'm about to go into the debuff fight. And this is not the debuff fight. What do we even dupe at this point? Like, important work so we can cycle out units? Is it important work? Let's have a look at the trinkets first. Give every unit one burnout. Unbroken horn, way too much. Molded... None of these are really anything, unfortunately. Can't even quick on anything that needs it. Dupe crown. But why? It's quite large, it just doesn't do anything. Dupe consumer, you can always ascend for space. I need to cut a lot of cards from... You know what? Actually, that's what it's going to be, isn't it? It's dupe the consumer, and then it's cut everything from my deck. Spend all the money just cutting. Or it could be Infinite Box. So that the Transcend Imp gets more summon effects stacked into it. See, if you'd grabbed resin removal, you could have been all units 30 health. I couldn't have. Burnout is not a debuff. Resin removal doesn't remove that. The one that does remove that is Wickless Recruitment. That removes debuffs and burnout. $100 times 2 is a lot. But is it a lot, or is it just like a lot? Maybe it's a lot. That's cut. Alright, I knew that too. Oops. Yeah, it's fine. Those kinds of things slip my mind all the time as well. Like, even despite knowing something, sometimes it just doesn't come to mind at the time. It honestly doesn't matter at this point, it's just about fun. Oh, 100%. 100%. I get all the dregs out of the deck. I'm gonna give this Endless, and then I'm gonna give it Burnout 1 as well. So every turn we're gonna play the Transcend Imp. That's good. That was good final upgrades right there. Oh, let's go. Off topic, but I party wiped on the Shambler in DD earlier. It's really fun to watch though. I'm sorry to hear that. Was it relatively early? Or was it a Shambler you were prepared for? Or was it a Shambler out of the darkness? Did you go to the Shambler altar? No, this is not okay. Is this not okay? It's illegal? Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry, but I have to break the law. Looks crazy fun, but this is not okay. You're right. I apologize. I could go. That's... I've truly defiled the game with this run, pretty much. My God. Look at it. Alright. One. Don't put you behind you. What's your armor? Let's do that. Like it matters. Yeah, consumer crown's there. Sure. Shambler I was prepared for, got really bad damage RNG, needed 12 rolling 19 to 9. Failed like 4 times in a row. Oof. Rough. I can very, very, very strongly sympathize with that, Pineapple. Hey, Consumer Crown's eyes look about right. Pretty much. I'm gonna pass this. Yeah, I'll pass it. May as well Transcend Imp as well to make sure you get it back. Huh? That's not the Transcend Imp. Transcend Imp's still in the deck. Hey, speaking of Transcend Imp. Found it. Okay. So, we'll buff this Consumer of Crowns, I think. No? No. you there, then damage. Welder helper there, rather. We'll help protect you with that, and then we'll Pyre Chomper and transcend him from the top line, pass that out. He heard you calling. Yep. Much appreciated that it obliged me. Okay, Consumer of Crowns, then we'll Welder helper behind it. We'll send that up. We got it. It's over. It's like extremely over. I wish I could get rid of that Welder helper right now. I also wish I could tell you what was happening in his brain. I watched him methodically examine the terrain. Can't stop staring at Seraph with the googly eyes so high. Yeah, it's... Oh, this must be one of those, you know, the bugs that have like the eyes look like they're there, but the eyes are actually really up here, and it's like a defense apparatus for you can't attack my eyes because these look like my eyes, but these are my eyes. That's what the Seraph is doing, I think. I mean, the man has poisoned my political pursuits. It's a good thing that most disputes die and no one shoots, though. All right. I think we're just like hard passing to. Are we hard passing turns? No. We need to set up this bottom floor with the Transcendent. Come on down, Transcendent. No, apparently not. Okay, we'll just play this one again on the bottom floor. Cool. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that one. I'm just gonna Transcend him again. Endless Burnout 1 is so good on Transcendums. And this is, I'm afraid, the end of the Seraph. You consumed important work? Yep. Yep, I did. If I still had the, if I had a Fledgling Imp involved in there, then I might not have wanted to do that. But, you know, as that point, it was just getting extra armor. That wasn't really making us more powerful or anything like that. Achievement unlocked, 2020 vision. It's hidden exactly right here, so you can't see it, but nice. All right, let's go to the run summary. You got the Slade trigger off of your champ? Perfect. I was really worried about that one. Let's see how other people did in this challenge. Emmy Alice, 29 minutes and really high score. Damn. That's quick multi-strike on a Consumer Grounds. That'll do it. I think as soon as you got quick and multi-strike on that, you just hit E until the fights were over, right? Just put two of them down and you were just like E. Like that meme of like Markiplier's face on Lord Farquaad in court, just like E. I think I got every flying boss early. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Also a Wickless Tycoon with the same upgrades I gave it, so I imagine at the same time that I purchased it. An Endless Tomb Explosive, similar relics. Neat run. Alright, let's have a look at every other person that also won here. Ritual of Battle with double stack. Yeah. This is something I love doing as well. Ritual of Battle, remove a cost, add double stack. So ridiculous. But you didn't end up picking up the Berserker, the Rage monster. I forgot its name already. Oh my god. But you did get a Consumer of Crowns. Ah, with an extra Heartstone as well. So I imagine you went Large Stone, Heartstone, and then the event that I took the Petrified at, you took another Heartstone on it. And picked up an Imbolate. Neat. Branded Warrior. Ooh. Intriguing. I mean, especially with the relics that turned up later, although it appears you missed the last two. So you might have gone on the opposite side to the artifacts. or not had money to buy the artifacts at the time. But I always do love like a mega buffed branded warrior. They get pretty nutty. Holdover on the important work. Yeah. Holdover on the important work. Oh! This was 200 damage in 4 instances every turn? That's rad. Well done, Slightly Quills. That's rad. Because he had they had the double Waxer Snuffer as well. Steelworker, same as me. Transcend him with Burnout and wait, this is me. That explains why it was a lot like my run. All right, Comrade America also has a Consumer Crowns with double Large Stone and then the Heartstone afterwards. Wild. Also has the Sacrifice Holdover there, and also has the Endless Entombed Explosive. Yeah, so this one kind of like demonstrates how it plays itself pretty clearly right there. Hey, thank you all for hanging out.